Hey y'all, what's up? It's Loren LoRosa letting you know that when it comes to accident or injury cases, Top Dog Law is a name that you should know. Whether it's a car wreck, slip and fall, construction site injury, don't play games with your future. Top Dog Law doesn't settle for those lowball answers. They get you top dollar, period. The call is completely free and you don't pay unless you win. So call Top Dog Law today or hit them up on Instagram at Top Dog Law or visit topdoglaw.com. These are real cases. You get real results. Top Dog gets it done.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Wendy Williams. All right. If I'm being honest, feel like we started a blender for Wendy Williams in a conversation that we had here with the very first conversation we started. And I'm going to explain why after I tell you what just happened. So yesterday, there was a report that broke. TMZ did an exclusive that Wendy Williams underwent a ton of additional testing in New York to figure out whether she has the frontotemporal dementia or not. The story said that she did the testing with a bunch of different neurologists who are top neurologists. It didn't mention like from what hospital or anything like that. And you guys remember some months back, there was a story that leaked that Joe Tacopina, who is one of Wendy's attorneys, told me they were really pissed about because the legal records or the medical records should not have leaked that said she did have dementia. So there's down these two big medical reports from very, top neurologists that are saying two very different things. So in the story yesterday, Joe Tacopina says that what they plan to do is submit these testing results to a judge and to the court. Of course, try to get Wendy out of this conservatorship. And if the judge does not just go along with the new testing that they have, he's going to request a trial by jury, which is what he's been saying for some time as well, too.
What happened with Wendy? Y'all was BFFs. You spoke to her every week, and then all of a sudden, everything just stopped.
I can't pick up the phone and call her, but the person that I was talking to that was working with her is no longer working with her. I do reach out to Joe Tacopina. Yeah, Gina Lisa, shout out to her. I do reach out to Joe Tacopina, but I get responses when I can. I can't really answer that question, but we did have a direct line, and that has slowed down. But it's okay because I always find my way in.
Is she still out and about? Is she still coming out?
Wendy she's still out and about. Actually, I just saw a photo of her. She was at Joe Tacopina's son's wedding. But yeah, Wendy's been out and about.
She definitely been outside, and she been looking good too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I haven't seen her out since Fashion Week though.
Well, the photo that I saw for the Joe Tacopina's son's wedding was in the story that we're talking about right now. But other than that, it was Fashion Week and Laquan Smith and the New Yorker and all of that stuff. But she's moving around to my point. So listen, here's the questions that I got some answers to. So when you go to a judge and you're like, we have these two very different test results from two very good doctor sources, right? And I've confirmed for a fact that when Wendy took that first round of testing that was requested by the conservatorship, Wendy's team had to okay those doctors. They had to say, yes, we believe these doctors are legit. They come from a high, very well-known hospital, all the things. That test came out that she does have the dementia. Now, Joe Tacopina had told me that they were going to do independent testing outside of that. That is what this is. There have been reports that the original doctors walked back their reports and changed their mind. That is not what happened. These are separate doctors. What's going to happen is they're going to get into court, and from what I'm told, it's going to basically be a battle of the doctors, which will put Wendy in a really bad place. Because even if a judge says, and I'm told that it's probably not going to happen that a judge does not see any brain damage whatsoever. But even if a judge does say she doesn't have the dementia, there are things that will be shown in these testings from either doctor. So
any cognitive,
yes,
what's the word? Cognitive impairments.
Yes, and so what I was
decline, I guess.
Yeah, so what I was told by a person who's worked on this for some time and has been very close to the situation is that right now this puts Wendy in a position where even if they walk back things and allow things to open up a bit for her, she's still going to have to live a life that she has been very vocal about she does not want to live. She doesn't want to have an aide with her all the time. She doesn't want to have people.
That's not up to her, though. Because if she is having problems and her brain is declining and her mental is declining, she's going to need somebody.
100%. But I'm just saying, I think when you open up, the floodgates, things will come. And I'm very interested in it. This is why I reached out to Joe Tacopina to understand legally what their strategy is, because at this point you kind of just are like, you're adding more fuel to the fire, because in all these findings you're going to see things that maybe you wouldn't even want to have a conversation about because you want to keep the main thing the main thing.
But maybe she'll be let out a little more. It won't be as, I guess, she's stuck in this quote unquote high in jail, as she says. You know what I mean? So maybe she'll be able to go out with some family. Maybe she'll have different aids. But
hopefully, it depends on what the judge decides. Go ahead, Jess.
And then when she be outside, right? Like, because like Char said, we haven't really seen her out a lot since New York Fashion Week. But I think it was a video when she be like outside in New York, and she be on her scooter or whatever. Yes. Are the people
what you mean on her scooter?
She has like
Wendy on wheels. She be rolling up around.
Wendy on wheels
is a great.
Wow.
But you know the videos where she be out and the people be doing the fit check. One of the influencers that walked down on her and asked, did a fit check with her. Then she was shopping. Like, are they? When we see her like that, are they with her or is? Like,
are you asking me are those things set up?
Yeah, like
normally
or did she just say, "Yo, I want to go out today," and then they just take her out?
I can't answer that question indefinitely, but most of the time, I know you do let people know where you're going to be. But I did ask that too. Like, she's been moving around a lot right now, and I know she doesn't want people up under her and all in her business, and she wants to make her own decisions. But who is her person right now, making sure she's straight? Because she's talked about having addiction issues, right? And that's what caused a lot, or added to a lot of the issues she's having. And they're saying that she has various security guards that have been like the people. But
I would like to salute Gina Lisa, dropping the clues bombs for Gina Lisa. Gina Lisa is the reason that Wendy got all the motion she got now to begin with. Personally, I believe she was in better hands when she was with Gina Lisa. Joe Tacopino is a great lawyer, but you need more than a great attorney. You need someone who knows that guardianship situation inside and out. That's Gina Lisa's world. So any of the freedom that Wendy has now, it's because of Gina Lisa. It's because of the work that Gina Lisa did prior. That's why when you saw things slow down on Wendy's case, it seemed like, and it seemed like she went back to ground zero.
Yeah.
It was because Gina Lisa was no longer.
So what happened with Gina Lisa then?
That's a Gina Lisa conversation.
That's not.
Yeah.
Not nothing I can speak to, but I will say that things have been a bit different since everything that Charlamagne has said. But I wish Wendy the best, and I'm going to, of course, try and stay in as much as I can. But when I saw this report, I was like, man, this is going to be a battle of like, what does she have and what does she not, and hopefully it ends up where she can get things. Just softer in the lifestyle that she's living, but we don't even know everything that the test results say. So you kind of have to like cross your fingers here.
And lastly, I just always wonder when things like this is finances, right? Because you got to pay for where you're staying, you got to pay for attorneys, you have to pay for all these tests.
Yes.
How long do the finance last? Because I don't know her finances, but is money still coming in? Is she getting royalties from the shows, or the shows still airing? Like how are they taking care of the finances, right? Because she's paying her conservatorship, right? That comes out of her check, right?
That is what Wendy Williams said. Now, I will say I can't answer that fully, but I did check in on that A&E lawsuit because remember that was happening. There was a toss up there about that and how things were going.
She didn't get no money did she profit off that?
Right now it's at a standstill. No one's profiting off of anything, and they say they didn't even know of this testing, but it's because it's independent. So we'll wrap up now. I'm doing it. I see the wrap up. Just had a question. I'm going to answer it.
That is
it, y'all.
Lauren.
Get out of my face, Charlamagne.
Now when we come back, we got front page news. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?